Welcome. We are back. Another day in the market. Crazy day. What's up, Waffle Maker, Nerve, Barasan, Frank, Plebere, William, Rudy, Laid Back, Seek. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Hopefully everything's good. So yeah, a lot to talk about. You see the title, GameStop names see went crazy after hours. CLOV went up a few percent. BYND up 14% today. High short interest. Some option activity going on over there. We're going to talk about it. Sub Cheddar Freeze. New swing on CLOV for the first time in a while. The last swing on CLOV stopped out at, I think, like the upper $6 area. Fisker, an update on that, actually held up pretty well until today. I mean, today it pulled back like 3%, but the last few days with the market selling off, Fisker's done a pretty decent job of holding up. And we're going to talk about the overall market. Futures are slightly green right now, up about 0.5%. We're going to talk about Bitcoin, which broke the support, and we talked about it. This was the last, let's just get into it right now. This was the last line of support for Bitcoin right over here at 45.7K. It broke that, and as soon as it did, Bitcoin fell about another 6%. And now it went down to the next level. I told you all 41, 42K is your next level of support. It's retesting your lows from the beginning of December. And now you're testing it, so we'll see. Can Bitcoin hold this last line of support or not? So, yeah. I think Mitch Ray has looked at it like this a couple times here. So if we take a look at it like this, kind of have a shark here. And then you're potentially now double bottoming at the PCZ of the shark. C point is a little bit low, but just about there. So we'll see. You know, if this was your type 1 move over here, and now maybe potentially if this low holds on Bitcoin, you can get a type 2 move. If 40K doesn't hold in general, I think you're going back down to 30K. So you just got to hope that 40K holds currently, and that hidden bearish divergence I've been talking about for a week now already confirmed, and it's been playing out on Bitcoin. Moving over to Ethereum, it's kind of testing this important level 33.54 from these highs over here and this low, also your 200-day moving average, and bounced yet again off the demand line of this wedge. Even more so, you can potentially get triple classic bullish divergence if it starts pivoting here. So that's good. RSI's not oversold yet, but not too far away from being oversold. OMI gave up that support as well. I mean, with Bitcoin and Ethereum dropping, you'd think that most altcoins are going to drop as well, and so did this. So next support's down at 0.00497, and unfortunately broke this support over here, and we'll see what happens. But a lot of that hidden bearish divergence I talked about, it's playing out. You can't be surprised. So that's really it for crypto currently. Now let's talk about stocks. I'm going to talk about the overall market, then we're going to talk about GameStop and AMC, and a few others. So let's get started with what's going on with the market. Futures are actually going even higher now. You're up about 1/3% now. It's a nice little pump in the last few minutes, even though my futures are like 10 minutes delayed on TradingView. What's up, Bueller? Always reminds me of Ferris Bueller, but what's up, my dudes? Break off some vibrational vibes in here. So let's talk about the market. I haven't streamed for a few days and a lot has taken place. I mean, I don't stream for a few days and this is what happens. Well, it is what it is. And you have sold off quite a bit from your high on the S&P 500 that was put in on Monday. At your lows today, from your high on Monday to the low today, you fell about exactly 3% before bouncing. A lot of technical things happen. So if you trade small caps, if you trade all these squeeze names or whatever it is, you have to pay attention to the overall market. And I know like on days like today, it really doesn't matter, but you really do have to pay attention overall. Because if you don't pay attention, there's going to be days where you don't get catalysts and the overall market will move the stock that you're in. So let's focus on the overall market for a second here. What's happened so far this week? Where are we standing? I did put out a message earlier today. I could bring it up over here. So these are pretty much my daily charts. So you have your NASDAQ, which is the large cap tech index. It's at the demand line of a channel and at a lower Bollinger Band, which you can see right over here. Demand line of channel, lower Bollinger Band. That looks pretty bullish to me, so that looks good to me. The Russell 2000 for small cap traders, potential inverse head and shoulders at the bottom of a range. This looks bullish to me as well, as long as you hold above this little blue zone that I charted. Then we have the S&P, which is kind of the only one that currently looks a little bit bearish to me. You have this rising wedge formation over here, and you were not able to hold this little blue zone I'm showing you over here, which was your previous resistance. We'll go back over TradingView and we'll look at it more in depth. And then for growth traders or innovation, you have your ARK ETF, which is kind of maybe bouncing off this demand line, but we'll look at those charts a little bit more clearly. So starting off with the S&P 500, yesterday you had a big flush. You had the FOMC minutes, and you weren't even able to hold these levels. That's what really is just disappointing to me. I mean, you'd think that this previous resistance and all-time high would be flipped into a support, but nope, it just kind of flew right through yesterday. Closed under it. Today, pretty much around the open, it filled this gap over here, went a little bit lower, went a little bit higher. It actually retested 471. The SPY retested 471 as resistance. You could see it was resistance on all of these days over here, and it was resistance yet again today. So going into tomorrow for the SPY, your resistance is 471. Break above 471 and you can make a move to 473.5. Your support for the SPY tomorrow is today's low. You break under today's low, and I think you probably could head to test the demand line of this channel. Okay, I think you're only at your middle Bollinger Band right now on the S&P 500, just slightly under it, but on the NASDAQ, you're already at your lower Bollinger Band, okay? And you're at the demand line of this channel. So this looks much better to me than the S&P 500 here. Even like if we really look at it, you look really closely, you could also kind of argue a potential inverse head and shoulders only if today's low holds on the NASDAQ. So if today's low holds, you could get an inverse head and shoulders on your NASDAQ. Hopefully that low can hold, just like the Russell 2000. You know, honestly, if you make any lows above like 212, I mean, you could still sell off some more and then you could just reposition this here. Remember, it's only a potential pattern until it breaks out of the neckline. So potential inverse head and shoulders on the Russell 2000. Going over to the ARK ETF, it kind of tapped this demand line, not the clearest demand line, but I connected this low to a couple of the candle lows over here, and that's pretty much where we bounced today. If that doesn't hold, if today's low doesn't hold for the ARK ETF, your next level of support is around 81 from your high over here. So Yeah, let's see what Fibonacci level you're at currently. But Cathie Wood has not had a good past few months. But look at this, $81 for the ARK ETF lines up perfectly with your golden retrace, the 0.618 retrace. So that's really how I'm viewing the market right now. I'd say ARK looks kind of neutral to me. I need more data here. NASDAQ looks bullish to me. Russell looks bullish to me. SPY looks bearish to me unless it can reclaim back above this blue zone. I'll be bullish again on the SPY if it can just do this. But until then, I don't know. It's a bearish pattern. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 touches. Maybe you want one more for more confirmation. That's the overall market. Futures still up about 1/4 or 1/3 of a percent. What do we talk about now? Let's get started with Tesla, and then we'll talk about like the meme stocks and all the squeeze and all that craziness. So getting started with Tesla, if you watched, I mean, honestly, I've tried my best here, but if you just watched the stream over the past month, every single move was, I'm not going to say I called every single move, but if you just watched the stream, I presented to you all of the variables and all of the levels like almost perfectly. Go back into my streams, Tesla's and all the timestamps almost. When you were right over here on Tesla, I told you there was hidden bullish divergence. You were at the main line, you were filling a gap, you had a bullish hammer. There was even a falling wedge right over here. On the 4-hour chart, there was classic bullish divergence, like literally at these lows right over here. I was telling you that Tesla looked very bullish. You had a bullish pin bar. There was quadruple classic bullish divergence on the 1-hour right over here. I was screaming out how bullish Tesla was over here, and then it made this nice move and ran all the way up to 1116. Then it started pulling back, and then over here in these areas, I told you all again that, hey, there's 1-hour hidden bullish divergence, and it's in the descending broadening wedge. And then on a Sunday night, they released some news, I believe, about car deliveries, and obviously gapped up, I think, was that on Monday? Yeah, it was the first day of the year. And then I showed you these two levels, I believe, on Sunday night. On Sunday night stream, I showed you these two levels, 1167 and 1203. It went up to 1208, I was $5 off, but look at that. This high from November 22nd and the 886 retrace, it perfectly topped out there before pulling all the way back to the same exact support I showed you earlier in the week at 1063. From this low, this high, this low. I mean, all these levels are being respected. Super technical stuff going on over here. At this point on Tesla, you're kind of in a 50-50 area. Again, I was super bullish here. I wasn't bearish here, but there was clearly resistance here. And now it's just kind of like, I need to see, you know, what the next move could be. You didn't even really, you were testing the back test yesterday. You just kind of gapped down today, and you're not really back testing anymore. So that's really it for Tesla. What do we talk about now? Should we talk about, let's see. Moving averages. I forgot to bring up the moving averages on the market. Let's take a look. Let's look at the 100-day moving average. See where that's at. That's well below you, but that's really where you've been bouncing on the S&P 500. This red line, the 100-day moving average. At least from this bounce and this bounce, you bounce at the 100, but I believe the 50-day moving average is where you bounce all of these times. Like, yeah, look how perfect that 50-day moving average is. Here, 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 here. And now you pretty much bounce right off the 50-day moving average. I did see Chad Freeze talking about that earlier in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, the link's in the description. Make sure you join it. But yeah, you did bounce off that today. Let's see what the QQQ, that's well under it. What about the 100-day? Well under both, okay. So Tesla had the gap fill. Medi has been very bullish on Beyond. I was bullish on Beyond. There was a swing on Beyond. We talked about the, let's talk about Beyond first, all right? We talked about, there was a swing on Beyond. I could probably bring it up here. And we could talk about what happened. I have to find it first though. All right, so this was a Beyond swing. What just happened? All right, I need you all to pay attention very closely to Beyond right now. Thank you for dropping the Discord link in the chat, Cheddar Freeze. All right, Beyond, we had this weekly chart hit classic bullish divergence at the PCZ of a shark in this downsloping channel, retesting a low. And this swing stopped out. It stopped out at $60.37. And Beyond went down to about 58. So it did fall like another, $2, $3 after hitting the stop. And they had, I believe, a partnership with KFC right over here. Beyond and KFC. They're launching a plant-based fried chicken product on January 10th, okay? Obviously, you've had everything with McDonald's, I believe, and please correct me if I'm wrong on that. But it's just pretty good news lately, and I decided to put in a new swing, all right? So the last one stopped out, not super optimal, but the variables are just so aligned right now. Again, there's no certainty that this swing will play out, but all right, let's get started with what's going on with BYND right now, okay? On your daily chart, you have a tweezer bottom candle formation with these two candles over here. You can see it a little bit more clearly on the 1 hour chart, but you have this falling wedge that you just broke out of today towards the close on BYND, okay? You actually even have a little bit of a 1 hour classic bullish divergence playing out right now. If you ever get confused by the terms I bring up on the stream, there's a free course in the description. It's on YouTube, go watch it. So you broke out of your falling wedge, you have a tweezer bottom, you have this volume spike today, all right? You're bouncing in historical areas, keep that in mind. You're still at around the PCZ areas of this massive bullish shark that's pretty much, it started developing during the COVID crash. It has almost a 40% short interest, and call volume activity has been going up. I'll show you that right now on Tradie Ticks. Take a look at, where is it? Did I pass it? Right here. Look at this call. All right, the green line is calls. Call volume between yesterday and today just really going up. So you don't really have a lot of like call flow or options flow right now in general. I mean, obviously because it was up 14% today, you certainly did. But you still, I believe, you're around like a 50%, yeah, 50% calls to put. So not super bullish currently, but we'll see what that looks like tomorrow after the 15% day today. I think this was up 0.5% after hours as well. So you have technicals lining up. Listen to this. We always talk about the equation, right? We saw the same exact equation when I was looking at AMC when it was $2 last January. We saw the same thing when I was looking at GameStop at $11 in the ascending triangle. We saw the same thing with Fisker in February when it went from 15 to 33. I can't remember. We saw the same thing with QS. It went from like 40 something to 70 in weeks. That was my best trade ever. We saw the same thing, all right? You have technicals lining up with catalysts, right? You have a catalyst on BYND, you have beautiful technicals right now. You just had a major retrace in the price. And on top of all of that, you have nearly a 40% short interest. So you have a lot going for you now. It already was up 15% today, so I guess a combination of those three things already have been playing out. So the only question is how long and how far can it play out, right? Is it a 1 day thing? Could it be a 2-3 week thing? We'll see. You know, there's no certainty that's going to keep going, but you have so many different variables lining right now. BYND is really pretty much at the top of my focus for the next couple of weeks. All right. So I want to start off with BYND. Put on your watch list. Don't buy or sell anything based on what I say, but make your own opinions, make your own trades. I'm just presenting you variables that I'm looking at. They're not certainty, but they're decent probability. All right. What do we talk about now? CLOV. So BYND, I shared a new swing today. It's already up a little bit after hours. The first target I put as like kind of the open to this gap. The second target is this gap fill. The third target is this previous support level that could act as resistance. And the fourth target is pretty much just under the 200-day moving average and this previous support level as well. So that's kind of how I went about it. And then the stop loss for the trade I put just under the tweezer bottom lows, all right? Which would kind of be like your new 52-week low. Yeah, it would be. Okay, I keep forgetting that's 2022, not 2021. So that's the new BYND swing. And for the first time in a long time on CLOV, I have a new swing. Now, I'm going to be completely honest. In this whole entire area, none of the swings have really worked out. I think one swing hit like a first target or something. But really in this whole entire area, none of the swings on CLOV has worked out. If you're a premium member, we had like a 75-80% win rate trading CLOV calls during this whole entire area I just shaded red. Yes, in this downtrend, we had like a 75-80% win rate on CLOV calls. We did 56% profit on CLOV calls today, which I'm going to talk about in a second. And CLOV was down 6% today. But yeah, none of the swings have really done too well. Maybe that's just straightforward. But over here in these areas, we have probably 4 or 5 just legendary swings. We had a swing right over here. If this will come off my chart, we had a swing right over here that was like 20-something% profit. I alerted a swing the first time I made this all-time low at $6. That was like a major profit. A couple of these days over here, we had great swings, and today we have a new swing. Okay, pretty simple, right? You know, obviously I did see CLOV moving up a couple percent after hours with GameStop and AMC, but I've already been eyeing it. Now, it's not necessarily the strongest technical setup. It's just reward to risk, all right? So the bearish, there's 2 bearish things that I think are very clear on CLOV. And again, I'm always going to tell you the ugly, the good, whatever it is. The 2 bad things, you just had 3 pretty ugly candles in a row. You're not really seeing any strength for right now, okay? Also, you do in fact have hidden bearish divergence developing on the daily and the 4 hour. I'm telling you that all right now, okay? But what can you have, okay? As long as you start making, some sort of price action soon, this 4-hour hidden bearish divergence on CLOV can turn into 4-hour classic bullish divergence. And what do you already have? You already have classic bullish divergence on the RSI and on the daily RSI. So your 4-hour and daily RSIs, you have classic bullish divergence. On your 4-hour and daily MACDs, you have bearish divergence. But even if this hidden bearish divergence does confirm, as long as you don't dump to $2 or something and your MACD just does something like this, it can turn into classic bullish divergence. Now, what do you have apart just from your oscillators on CLOV right now? Well, one of the easiest ways I've been able to anticipate bottoms multiple times in the past, your Bollinger Bands, okay? So you got your lower Bollinger Band right now in CLOV. You went under it for a little bit during today, all right? The last time you were at the lower Bollinger Band was over here, and that led to about an 11% bounce, all right? Let's go back in time. We had this one towards your lower Bollinger Band, 20% bounce. This was the 50% move in 20 days that nobody cared about, one of my favorite sayings. All right, 50% bounce right out the lower Bollinger Band. Over here, you got your lower Bollinger Band that's setting all-time highs at $28. Over here, you had like a 40-50% move off the lower Bollinger Band. Over here, you had a 40%. So you're finally at your lower Bollinger Band yet again on CLOV. And then you're also at this demand line. All right, so if you connect this low over here to these couple of lows, you're back at that demand line. So that's the new idea for CLOV. The stop, I just put up 5 cents under $3, psychological support. If it does somehow get down there, that's, the stop I put. First target's kind of around these highs. Second target's around these highs. The third target, I think I just I try to put it around like 550-ish. There's like 4 different daily candle highs around here. And then the fourth target is this gap fill, but it's also your previous all-time low from March. So there was once a time where I alerted an entry for a swing over here, which did work out very, very nicely. And now there's a time where I'm alerting the final take profit at that level because it used to be a support. So crazy times. And yeah, Zeke for Bleak in the chat just said that's a huge falling wedge from all-time highs. Yeah, this has been in development for 200 days. And typically the longer the pattern, the larger the pattern, the larger the move. So if that fourth target hits as an 83% gain, but we're only back to where we were in November. So it sounds crazy, but it really isn't. And honestly, nothing fundamentally here has changed apart from the offering or this 43% decline. And the last swing stopped out like pretty much right over here. So it's dropped about 50%. It's lost about half of its value without me sharing any swing on CLOV. Not one has been shared until today in this whole entire range. All right, so that's the idea on that. Now let's talk about AMC and GameStop, which this is why you have to be in the Discord. This is why you have to be following me on Twitter. The links are in the description. Join the Discord. All right. 4:11 p.m. Okay, 11 minutes after the close, the price of AMC was $22.43. I know my overlay's cutting that out, but if you're in the Discord, you can go take a look at this yourself. The price was $22.43. It was 11 minutes after hours. Okay. Let me just walk you through my idea because there was no catalyst at the time of me posting this. All right, you pretty much were potentially double bottoming off of this $20 level, which used to be your highs from the initial squeeze pretty much almost a year ago, like 20 days away from this being like a 1-year anniversary of the AMC squeeze. And it's kind of funny because just weeks before that squeeze, exactly a year ago on AMC, if you were watching the stream, I was talking about AMC in these areas, and a lot of other people kind of were starting to. I remember Mitch Ray was talking about it, White Cough Accumulation. I know Zach Morris on Twitter was talking about it at $2. So it really wasn't my call. I'm not trying to act like it was. But we were talking about it on the stream, showing the potential double bottom off of this support level, right? Very clear. That was exactly a year ago, right? You double bottomed before a crazy move. Over here, if today's low holds, then you could also get a double bottom. Now, after that crazy initial move from 2 to 20 or whatever it was, we went back down to 5. And this is the one where I was really just screaming on the stream, bullish, bullish, bullish. Okay, you had that hidden bullish divergence. You were consolidating here. You almost filled your gap pretty much. You did fill your gap. And if you go back to my streams in the beginning of February of last year, or of 2021, you can see that I was talking exactly about this formation that led to the next crazier, even more crazier move all the way up to like $70. Okay. And then after that, again, it happened one more time right over here. You got the hidden bullish divergence. I believe this was a swing, if I'm not mistaken. I think we had some sort of a swing in these areas that did hit a target. I don't know, go fact check that. All my swings are publicly timestamped. And now where are we on AMC? Okay, there's still a 21% short float, which is much higher than GameStop and CLOV and, well, not BYND. BYND currently has a higher short percentage, or higher short float percentage than AMC and GameStop combined. I just want to say that. But AMC, pretty close to, you know, your 1272 is typically the PCZ of a butterfly. You have the 136, so that's what, like 9% off. But that's where you decided to bottom off twice. And again, the context is you're back testing your previous high, but it's not just that. Let's scroll back. It's your high from September of 2018, low from February 2016, lows from 2014. It's such a huge level, and you just bounce off of it yet again today. Now, you also have potential classic bullish divergence. This actually might be confirmed. If you gap up 6-7% tomorrow, your MACD might be green, or at least you'll have waning negative momentum like right over here, all right? So you have all of that going for you, and you're at the demand line of this wedge. Even if we look at the weekly, you can see how good this wedge, or how nice this wedge looks, and you also have potential hidden bullish divergence on the weekly. And you can see I've charted this little yellow zone over here to show you how important this little $20 level is, or huge $20 level is. So that's how I'm looking at AMC right now. And yeah, I alerted this at around $22.40, and then after hours, this is what happened. Boom. Now it did pull back like halfway, but it was alerted pretty much right over here, okay? And it went up about 16% after hours, just minutes after I alerted this today. Now the thing is, it went up to 26.20. The first target was 26.60, so it was like 40-50 cents away from the first target. You can see over here, 26.60 was the first target. It pretty much came up to like right here. It would have been really cool if it hit the first target in like an hour. That would have just been insane, because that would have been an 18% profit in an hour. Got like 40 cents away, unfortunately. But hey, I mean, if you're in the Discord, which the link is in the description, if you follow me on Twitter at Champion Vibe, it still went up 15-16% within the hour of me sharing the swing. So you could have taken profits if you wanted to, but we'll see what happens. That's AMC. You know, after hours, what pretty much I think really led to AMC going crazy wasn't technicals that made AMC go up 13-14% after hours. I'm not trying to act like it was, but it was technicals that even got my eyes on this chart today, which is why I was able to alert it minutes before the 13-14% move. But that move primarily came from AMC's brother. Well, somewhat brother. They're really not related at all, but people have related them together, okay? Which is GameStop. All right, now GameStop has already been alerted. GameStop was alerted in the middle of December. This has been alerted for almost a month at this point. All right, now let me just fix that. All right, so GameStop got stop hunted today, which means it did not close under the stop, right? Whenever one of my swings closes at or under the stop, I mark it as red on the sheet. Now, what sheet am I talking about? The one that I share every single day, if this will work. It's not working, 1 second. The one that I share every single day in announcements, right? So you could see GameStop yesterday was right over here. It was not stopped out. It wasn't marked neon red. It was just over here. It was down, but not stopped out. So it got stop hunted. So this trade was inches away from being stopped out on the sheet today. And then after hours, you got a catalyst, okay? If it'll load. So GameStop shares surge on NFT marketplace report. They are entering the NFT space. A new report shows an NFT marketplace from the company could be imminent, all right? They're launching a division to develop an NFT marketplace and launch crypto partnerships according to Wall Street. Now, the thing with this is, I haven't looked into it too much from a business standpoint, but it's just kind of obvious to me that NFTs have a crazy amount of hype. GameStop in February of last year, January of last year, had a crazy amount of hype. And NFTs and GameStop combined have been two major forces for retail traders entering the world of trading and investing, okay? So when you combine the two of them, it just creates like this ultimate meme. I don't even know what to say. Like, it's not like how I'm typically looking at stocks or using technical or fundamental analysis, but a lot of people are looking at things like this, and that's why it did go up 30% after hours. So yeah, this trade went from almost being stopped out today to actually hitting the first target after hours. The first target was 173.03 right over here. And if we go to after hours, it went up to, I think, 176. Yeah, it went all the way up to 175, okay, which is above this first target. So GameStop first target was hit. After hours, 16% gain. That will be marked on the sheet tomorrow. I already marked it on the sheet, but I'll share the screenshot tomorrow. So yeah, really, really interesting. GameStop and AMC going up quite a bit today, despite such a weird week in the market. I mean, just yesterday was very ugly altogether. You were down 2% on the S&P 500 yesterday, 3% on the QQQ, 3.5% on the Russell 2000. And you kind of had a nice little bounce back day for small caps today. The Russell 2000 was up 0.5%. The SPY and the QQQ and the Nasdaq, they were green for a large part of the day today, and then they kind of went red towards the close. But you really are seeing this formation where you're starting to see those large caps going sideways and pulling back a bit, and now you're starting to see some small caps or even just highly shorted stocks starting to bounce. It's a little bit familiar for those of you who were here last January, and it's almost like about a month ago I told you all that I think we're going to be seeing a rotation from a lot of these large cap stocks which have been running for the past 4 or 5 months back towards some of these mid cap growth stocks and maybe even some small caps, which from their highs in February of 2021 are down 70, 80, 90%. Okay, so we're going to see what happens. You still don't have a scenario where the Russell 2000 is outperforming the large cap indices, right? The S&P 500, after the sell-off, the S&P 500 pretty much did something like this, right? It started bouncing and it pretty much went all the way up here, and this is pretty much what the S&P did. Now the Russell, after this bounce, it just went up here. So you still are underperforming. Not maybe by, I don't really know what percent moves are, but in terms of your highs from like November, the S&P and the Nasdaq did outperform the Russell 2000 on the bounce you saw in the second half of December. So you still have a lot of small caps that have barely, CLOV put in a new all-time low today, right? Think about that as a small cap. Put in a new all-time low today while the S&P just ran to new all-time highs in the past few weeks and only started pulling back this week, okay? So you still have a lot of these names that have not moved. Another example could be something like DraftKings, right? Not really a small cap, might be a mid cap, I don't know the classification on this one, but still just really has not done anything, okay? So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm looking at on CLOV, AMC, BYND, GameStop. So those are 4 of the ongoing swings right now. We'll talk about Fisker next. But let me read the chat for a second here. Make sure you hit the like button if you didn't already. Hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. I talk about stocks and crypto, and I'll teach you everything about charting and using technical analysis. This is not a channel where I try and use moon boy stuff. Like, I'll cover things like GameStop and AMC when I see potential in them, which is what I do, right? Which is what I see right now. That's why I alerted GameStop in the middle of December. That's why I alerted AMC today, minutes before it went up 14-15%, right? So this is a channel where if you want to learn about trading the right way, that's where you can do it. A lot of people were, brought into the markets with everything with GameStop and AMC, and they made a crazy amount of money in a couple of weeks. And then even maybe on Dogecoin, they made a crazy amount of money. And a lot of those same people lost all of that money between March and December of 2021. So for those people, I want to tell you that there is a way for you to consistently win. There's a way for you to actually know what you're doing and not just trying to guess things. Join the free trading movement. Learn all of this for free. All the things that they're teaching people on Wall Street. Again, I'm not educated in that sense, but these are things that professional traders use. They use technical analysis, obviously fundamental analysis. I'm not the best fundamental analyst. I don't know how to really word that, but there's thousands of other people in the Discord in the free trading movement that know even more than me about fundamental analysis that you can learn from. So I need you to join the Discord. The link is in the description, and subscribe to the channel and watch every night, okay? So we're gonna talk about Fisker in a second here. But yeah, GameStop was up closed up 23% after hours. AMC closed up 7% after hours, and CLOV closed up 4% after hours. So yeah, for anybody who's new in the stream, this is how we did last year, okay? If you add up all of my swings, again, these are shared publicly, okay? You add up all the swings that hit targets, that's 3,500% in gains. You add up all the swings that hit their stop losses, that's 1,700% in losses. You subtract this from this, 1,850%, 1,850% last year. Overall P&L on the sheet. Of course, that depends on your position sizing and what trades you took and didn't, but that was the results from last year. I do have a premium. You don't have to join it, but if you did in the last few months, there's a potential for you to have made over 8,000% in profits on options through all of these trades I've shared and all of this, okay? Whether you want to join premium, whether you don't want to join the Discord, you can learn it. Just watch the stream. All of the things I'm showing you on all these different, sheets and whatnot, you can learn from simply watching the stream, okay? So I just need you to hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and we're going to continue on. Make sure you check out the links in the description. Let's talk about Fisker, okay? I already know it's my favorite stock ever. Hey, it was down a few percent today, but yesterday, it made a move all the way up to over $18. They had some videos about the Fisker Ocean driving in the desert. Apparently, Henrik Fisker said it went over 100 miles per hour on the sand. They have NFTs, which I don't really know why, but I'm not going to complain. And yeah, Fisker, what's going on here? Well, it was in profit. It was up 6% since the entry yesterday. Right now, it's down 4% since the entry, but you do have confirmed hidden bullish divergence on the daily. You yet again bounce off the 200-day moving average today. And what else are you doing? You're back testing the breakout of this wedge, okay? You have this falling wedge pattern over here. You broke out of it, and now you're back testing it. If Fisker can get back above 1665, that could be really, really, really good. That's really it. You just back tested. Hopefully Fisker can get back above 1665 before hitting the stop loss of this trade, okay? So, all right, that's Fisker. In terms of the other ongoing swings, for anybody who's new in the channel tonight, all these ongoing swings you get for free. All you have to do is join the Discord, links in the description. Entry, targets, stop loss. Again, just because I put these entries, targets, and stop loss doesn't mean I'm telling you to follow them. You do whatever you want with your own money. None of this is financial advice. It's just how I personally view things, okay? The next one is SPLK. This one's down about 2% since the entry. Since I've not been streaming the past few days, let me give an update on this. Bullish engulfing candle today. I just want to see it make a high low above 108. Okay, nothing's really changed apart from that. Wix is up about 3% since the entry. This is still testing the historical support zone. You have triple classic bullish divergence on the Wix swing. Honestly, it still could potentially turn into an inverse head and shoulders if it somehow gets above 165 before stopping out. And I should be saying somehow, if it does get above that level before stopping out. SU hit the first target of the swing for a 10% gain, the cup and handle with hidden bullish divergence. This swing was 1% away from being stopped at one point. Now it already hit the target, so nice first target hit. You put in your highest high of the swing currently today. Next target is 28.48. As long as you can stay above 26, it looks good to me. Look at that $26 level. There's resistance here, support here, support here. This is not a coincidence, okay? There's no coincidence why it actually ran all the way up to 26, and that's where it topped out, right? Because if you scroll out and look left on your chart, there was support over here and support all these times over here, okay? What could be support, what was support in the past could be resistance in the future. What was resistance in the past could be support in the future, vice versa, all right? TWLO, another one that hit the target. 11% gain. Again, entry, target, stop, it was all there. This one did get stop hunted, but did not close at or under the stop. And if you follow me on Twitter, if you're in the Discord, that target was hit, 11% gain. It actually broke above and closed above 79. Very, very good. Next target is 85 bucks pretty much, which is pretty much the top of this resistance zone. Hopefully it can keep going. I mean, this swing took a while, and it still is a potential inverse head and shoulders. Still hasn't even broken out, so imagine if it does something like this. I mean, this could just be the breakout over here. So far so good. Target's already hit, and there's still a lot more potential on that. So that's what's going on with the ongoing swings. The Hang Seng Index, for anybody who's trading Chinese assets, gapped up, pulling back since the open, broke out of this downsloping channel. Gold pulled back under the 200-day moving average. The dollar in the symmetrical triangle with hidden bullish divergence developing. Keep an eye on this, okay? What else do we talk about? The US 10-year. This has been a major reason as to why a lot of large caps and growth stocks have pulled back significantly this week, all right? We talked about the dragon pattern over here. We talked about the break over the 200-day moving average, and now you're breaking out of this, we'll call this a downsloping or broadening, descending broadening wedge. You broke out of it, and your next level to test is 1.77 on the US 10-year bonds. But again, isn't it crazy that technical analysis is moving the US 10-year bonds? It's not the only thing moving it. It's not the direct thing that's moving it, but you could have used technical analysis to identify the move before it happened, right? I'm not trying to act like, there weren't fundamental things that are changing this direction and, there's not going to be again, but all you have to do is watch the stream, and this could have helped to identify this move weeks ago. The volatility index kind of sandwiched in between this 20.5 resistance and the 200-day moving average after a large bounce yesterday. Is pretty much inverses the S&P 500. But you do have hidden bullish divergence developing. And what if we take a look at it like this? You broke out of a falling wedge on the VIX yesterday. Look at that. Not the best looking formation. And what was I saying about the S&P 500 earlier? It's kind of looking like it's in a rising wedge. So you have a rising wedge on the S&P 500, but a falling wedge on the VIX. You have hidden bullish divergence on the VIX, and you have a MACD crossover to red on the S&P 500. So keep an eye on all that, and that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about tonight. I haven't been streaming for a few days. A lot has gone on. I don't really know the best way to put it. So Yeah, that's pretty much my recap of the last few days. It's been pretty hectic, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, let me read the chat for a second here. We'll throw this on the screen. This was shared in the premium watch list I sent on Sunday. It's up like, XLM is up like 12% on the week. Energy stocks doing pretty well. All right, let me read the chat. I think Mehdi is saying BYND is the best stock in the market. Yeah, make sure to hit the like button if you didn't already. If you're enjoying the stream, just hit the like button. That's literally it. The links are in the description. You can go check them out, but appreciate it if you didn't hit the like button. That just helps the channel grow so I can help teach more people about what I know. I'm not a perfect trader. I'm currently having a red week. Last 2 days were not too good for me, but it's all about making more than you lose, all right? It's not about trying to call every single thing. It's just about, over time, becoming a better trader. That's all I try to teach. So what's in the chat? What's up, Pablo? Justin says vibes. I slowly slipped into AMC during the week. Nice. Average at 25. Cheddar Freeze says GME is entering NFT and crypto markets as part of their turnaround plan. Their marketplace launches this year. The news kicked off some meme stocks. Like, honestly, I think GameStop is really taking it and running with it. They saw how the meme stock and everything that happened with the short squeeze last year kind of revived them after they were almost going bankrupt. And I think really now they're kind of allowing it, which I think is probably the right move to do, considering that, you know, buying video games at a retail location is just not the same thing that it used to be. So you do have to definitely change at some point, which I think they are trying to do. We'll see how it works out. The Fed tightening will have some impact on those stocks. Justin says, learning here prevented me from foaming into AMC. I've been seeing a ton of Ocean ads on my frequently visited sites lately. Yeah, I think they've been doing a pretty good job marketing. I don't remember. They did say they were going to start officially marketing on some date. I forgot what they said though. I know they've worked with a few influencers before, and obviously they've done a couple auto shows and stuff now. Oh, Fisker. They had new news the other day. I'll see if it shows up on TradingView. I did share this on Twitter and in the Discord. But let's see if it shows up. No, it doesn't here. Let's see if I can pull it up. Where was it? Here we go. All right. Fisker Ocean reveals world's first digital radar in a production vehicle, bringing state-of-the-art safety to the Fisker Ocean all-electric SUV. This basically gives it a bunch of, automated functions in the car. They put it right over here. Adaptive drive control, park assist, drive assist, evasive steering assist. I think there's like it detects drowsiness, traffic sign light recognition, lane change assist, lane keep assist, intelligent speed assist. It's pretty much giving you assist on everything. I don't know if they're calling it like autopilot because you can look at this. All right, you're getting assistance on parking, okay, with the wheel guard. I don't actually, what is a wheel guard? Parallel parking aid, okay. All right, so you have adaptive drive control, reverse collision mitigation. I'm really not good with cars, I want to be honest here. You have evasive steering assist, integrated drive assist, traffic jam assist, lane change assist, lane keep assist. You're getting all this assistance, but how is this kind of all coming together? I don't really know how they're kind of putting all that together, but yeah, it's a lot. And I believe it's an upgraded, all these are, I guess, maybe upgrade features on the Fisker Ocean Sport. I'm equipped with a full ADAS hardware system and a subset of software-enabled features above. So there's the Sport, the Ultra. What's like the top version? Fisker Ocean models. The Extreme, right? Yeah. So it's the Extreme. I'm sure all this will be standard in the Extreme and included. But go look at the website yourself. So they had that, and they had a really nice day yesterday. So what else is in the chat? He added them, didn't weighted average. Yeah. I've said this multiple times on stream before. The overall P&L percentage and stuff, that's just the sum. Okay, I've said that many times. I think it even says it on the sheet itself. It's just the sum of gains. You add up all the gains, you add up all the stops, you subtract them. It's just the easiest way for me to do it. I know it's not, that's why I even said it's not like the actual P&L percent, because there's so many different things that influence that. Position sizing on each swing can influence that. The amount of swings that a person took could influence that. Stop hunts and break evens and all those different things influence it. I only included the actual targets hit, the actual stops hit, and just did the simple subtraction. Just an easy way for me to do it. But I have said that multiple times before. All right, so yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about tonight. So the stream is back. I will be live on Sunday for sure. There will be timestamps of tonight's stream, I think. Medi sent me a message, but my phone's over there. So yeah, how's everybody doing? I don't know. Futures still up about 1/5 or 1/4% right now. But what a crazy after hours today in general. I mean, a lot of different stocks were up a nice amount after hours, like 1 to 2%. I think even the indices were up after hours. Obviously, futures are up right now. So good stuff all around. We could do a few ticker requests. I'm probably not going to do all of them. I'm just going to kind of pick and choose. So if you want me to take a look at it, any stock or crypto or currency for you, drop it in the chat. Nothing I say is financial advice. I'll just pick and choose a few. I'm not going to look at all of them tonight. It's going to be a quick stream tonight. So if there are any that you really want me to look at, drop it in the chat. Hit the like button. Maybe we can get to 30 likes on the stream. I don't know. Maybe we can. Maybe we can't. We'll see. We'll see. All right, OLN, very clear support here at 51.21. It used to be a resistance, now it's a support. That is not a coincidence. I think at some point you definitely could get Class B, classic bullish divergence, same low on price, higher low being created on the MACD, kind of on the RSI as well. So you just need that MACD to cross over. I don't know. Kind of just see it as a range between 51.21 and 59 for now. You have 2 touches on the supply line, 3 touches on the demand line. That's kind of what I see right now on OLN. Ford going crazy. Who remembers the Ford swing? What was it, right over here? I think it was over here, and the targets were like around over here. But wow, yeah. Sheesh. So Ford, probably the weekly's the easiest way to look at this. It broke out of a multi-year resistance, okay? 1783, this was the resistance point. It broke out of it, now it's running. So these are levels I see on your weekly chart. Not much resistance up until 31.34. However, you do have a gap fill over here on the weekly at 26.85. So those are your levels on Ford. Support resistance is charted. There's no pattern. You're just kind of going straight up. There's no divergence. You are overbought. You do kind of have a little bit of RSI resistance here around 78, 79, which you're currently at. But wow, Ford is up 18% on the week, and I didn't even know that. So Ford's doing very well. ATER, really not any harmonic right now. Support I see is currently around $3.14. Maybe a falling wedge, kind of developing here, like that. That's really it. That's all I kind of see on it right now. I do have a bunch of different levels charted though. So those are all your levels on ATER, MANA. Let me clear this up. Classic bullish divergence is nearly confirmed on the daily. And you're kind of in a falling wedge here. All right. Support I see is 2.73, resistance around 3.87 and 4.34. This is only the Coinbase chart. I'm sure other exchanges have more data, but that's what I see currently. FLOKI. This one's just kind of in this wedge as well. You chart this a few different ways, but that's how I probably chart it. It's pretty much at the apex of the wedge. and you have potential classic bullish divergence on the other. So not a lot on this chart right here, but there are certainly, all you really have are bullish variables, but technically you've only been in a downtrend since this chart was created. So I don't know. So I just look for, you know, some higher lows and higher highs to start being developed for some sort of a trend reversal confirmation. Cheddar Free says waiting for you to send some sun. CDXS, sub Scrooge. BigCommerce. Hit the bottom trend line of a massive falling wedge. TWLO. Zeke made a 50% trade on 4 today. Nice. Zeke for Bleak has been crushing it. It's really impressive. You joined Premium what, a month or two ago, maybe 2 months ago, and to see like how much you've improved is just insane. Keep it up, Zeke. Good job. So CDXS. It might be a Gartley, but it's pretty close to a Gartley, but it's not. Actually, it's pretty close, except for your D point going down to an 85% retrace. So it kind of went 7% past 786, and that's where it decided to start bouncing for now. This 2578 level that it has been bouncing at was resistance in April of 2021 and September of 2021, and it was your support in October 2021, and it was your support yesterday. So that's the important level you want to hold. And these are some resistances that you have above you. If you end up breaking 2578, your next support is 2241 from these highs in 2019. BigCommerce, this is just a massive falling wedge here. Kind of at the apex. A lot of stocks are at the apex of the falling wedge right now. And maybe a little bit of RSI divergence as well. So that's how I see BigCommerce. Not much resistance till 42, and then after that 61, and then after that 71. But also, if you break down from this, not a lot of support under you. TWLO. Here's your demand line, and then I'd ignore this, and I'd probably look at this as a descending channel, and you have some support around 218. So you definitely want to stay above that. You don't want to break under that, because that's when it gets a little bit more scarier. End phase. I don't know. Really, all I can kind of do here is just chart levels. I don't really see much apart from that. That's really it. Eventually, classic bullish divergence is possible, but it's not really developing yet, and you are oversold on end phase currently. Dealer, no problem. Just watch the streams. I try and do tick requests as much as I can. It's not every night, but whenever I have time, I can do them. Fibs, you want me to look at the fibs on CDXS, or is that like a ticker? If you want me to look at the fibs, Scrooge, sure. So if you want like upside Fibonacci retraces, you go from this high down to your current low, and those will be your fibs. Now, those are like your long-term Fibonacci levels. If you want short-term Fibonacci levels, you look for your more recent swing low. You can go from this high up here down to this low, and those would be your shorter-term fibs if you want to take screenshots. I don't know if that's what you're asking though. So yeah. Fibonacci's long-term. I'm not on my computer, so I can't tell you where they start. So yeah, so these are your short-term ones if you want to take a screenshot, and then these would be kind of how I just delete all this for a second. These would be how I'd start up here from the November 21st or November 5th, 2021 high, and then to your current low. And again, if it makes a lower low, then you have to redraw them. But for now, these are your fibs, and once you get above a 23% retrace, like this, once you get above 2950, then you can actually confirm this as a swing low. Low to high from March 12th, 1618. As in the year 1618, I don't think this was around in 1618. September, November, December. Oh, you said March 12th. Okay, so if you're talking about this, okay, There we go. Yes, yeah, your golden retrace. There we go. So yeah, you're testing your 618 golden retrace. Yeah, if we zoom out here, it does get more interesting because even this 2551, it was these highs, this high, this low. So those are like those are the other fibs. So those are kind of like all of your fibs. I mean, if you want to zoom out even more, then you could do this from the COVID crash low to your high in November around your 50% retrace. So you are approaching your golden zone on this. You even draw like a long-term demand line. So that's that. All right, so that's going to be it for tonight. Futures are still up about 0.25%. Thank you for watching the stream. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll be live on Sunday most likely. Join the Discord, the link's in the description. Hit the subscribe button. If you want to join premium, the prices will be raising at the end of the month. But that's the first link in the description. If you got confused by anything I talked about on the stream, or if you want to just learn more, the free course is also in the description. Check out all the links in the description, even if you want my Twitter, which is where I share a lot of stuff during the day when I'm not live. So check all that out. Thank you for watching the stream, and I'll see you in a few days.